Greetings, beautiful ones. Welcome to A Course in Miracles, Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. This idea contains the first glimmerings of your true function in the world, or why you are here. Your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Excuse me. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses. Nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his full due. And he is entitled to everything because it is his birthright as the Son of God. There is no other way in which the idea of sacrifice can be removed from the world's thinking. Any other way of seeing will inevitably demand payment of someone or something. As a result, the perceiver will lose. Excuse me, I've got a froggy in my throat. Nor will he have any idea why he is losing. Yet is his wholeness restored to his awareness through your vision. Your holiness blesses him by asking nothing of him. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. Your holiness is the salvation of the world. It lets you teach the world that it is one with you. Not by preaching to it, not by telling it anything, but merely by your quiet recognition that in your holiness are all things blessed along with you. Today's 4 longer exercise periods, each to involve 3 to 5 minutes of practice, begin with the repetition of the idea for today, followed by a minute or so of looking about you as you apply the idea to whatever you see. My holiness blesses this chair. My holiness blesses that window. My holiness blesses this body. Then close your eyes and apply the idea to any person who occurs to you, using his name and saying, my holiness blesses you. Susan. You may continue the practice period with your eyes closed. You may open your eyes again and apply the idea for today to your outer world if you so desire. You may alternate between applying the idea to what you see around you and to those who are in your thoughts. Or you may use any combination of these 2 phases of application that you prefer. The practice period should conclude with a repetition of the idea with your eyes closed and another following immediately with your eyes open. The shorter exercise periods consist of repeating the idea as often as you can. It is particularly helpful to apply it silently to anyone you meet, using his name as you do so. It is essential to use the idea if anyone seems to cause an adverse reaction in you. Offer him the blessing of your holiness immediately, that you may learn to keep it in your own awareness. Okay, after your first practice session with Lesson 37, My Holiness Blesses the World, join me again for Jesus Commentary. The Year of Forgiveness. Lesson 37, My Holiness blesses the world. Excuse me, I do have a bit of a froggy in my throat today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. My holiness blessed the world. This is what you experienced with my last incarnation on this plane. Those who met me, once I awoke and had become an enlightened being, were blessed in my presence. I did not impart a blessing of arrogance, as the ego would do, but a frequency that the enlightened master teacher holds and emanates because he or she does not have any blocks preventing the extension of his or her powerful connection to Source. It is not an individual energy. It comes from the divine. It comes from the divine. Let me start again. Okay, let me start from. This is what you experienced with my last incarnation on this plane. Those who met me, once I awoke and had become an enlightened being, were blessed in my presence. I did not impart a blessing of arrogance, as the ego would do, but a frequency that the enlightened master teacher holds and emanates because he or she does not have any blocks preventing the extension of his or her powerful connection to Source. It is not an individual energy. It comes from the divine mind through the unobstructed consciousness of the Master, the enlightened teacher. It extends to everyone and everything. It is most powerful in its creative abilities and will cause spontaneous miracles to happen. The clarification of the mind becomes so important when you understand whatever comes through you gets magnified by what is in you. Those of you with low frequencies and ego-driven consciousnesses do not have access to tremendous powers because they become magnified by the ego. You see this often where you have teachers of spiritual material that have not had their egos clarified through a process such as you are going through. They wield sexual power over people. They transmit tremendous energy from Source, but they filter it through their ego's blocks. This is something we encourage you to understand. As you go through this clarification process, do not become impatient with the desire for Kundalini awakenings, psychic powers, or the ability to manifest more money. Clarify your mind first, so that the power that your rightful inheritance, clarify your mind first, so that the power that is your rightful inheritance does not become distorted through those blocks. This is an important warning that is not meant to terrify you, but to encourage your patience and diligence with these exercises, so that you do not weld your amazing connection to Source power with the ego in control. It is not a pretty sight. Many distortions become laid on people around you if you seek power too quickly. An important gift to give yourself is to clean out the basement and attic of your mind so that the increasing energies your planet experiences at this time have a pristine vehicle through which to function. As you see around you, the stresses on your mind increase as your planet goes through this ascension process. We speak specifically about 2019, when this recording was made. These lessons clarify your mind. When energies peak, you will have a clean vessel in which to house them. Be patient, dear ones. Love yourself enough to do these exercises. Do not berate yourself if you miss one here and there, but correct yourself as quickly as you can and make a determined promise to do better in the next exercise. Do not feel you have failed if you have missed something or do not perform it perfectly. This is a training program. Just as when you practice a physical training program, you might pull a muscle, miss a day when you're too sick to exercise, or become too busy to do your exercise program. That happens. But you must remember that even in the busiest of days, there are moments when you're sitting on the bus, waiting in line at the grocery store, or waiting on hold on the phone during which you can do your exercise. It does not take much time at all, and no one will know you are doing it except you. You will know because you will begin to feel better. Do this wonderful favor for yourself and know that we are with you, supporting you all the way along your journey. You will have situations come up in your life when you need to apply these lessons. Excuse me. Do not see them as theoretical things separate from your current life experience, but employ them whenever you get upset. Utilize them whenever you feel fear of the future or resentment of the past. Use them to master your mind so that it does not master you. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Blessings. Namaste.